Hello, everybody, and once again, thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. I'm Larry, you're you, and it's that time of the year again, the end of the year, the holiday season, and this is the time where people that have nothing better to do at the moment, that would be me, and a host of others out there have this grand desire to do top 10 lists of things they did, listened to, concerts they went to, whatever it might be. So that's what I'm going to do today, but I'm not really going to do a top 10 list. I'm going to do a top 13 list because it's spooky, if you know what I mean. Okay, right. So anyway, I was initially going to do a top 20 list, and I said that will just ramble on forever. So I thought top 10 list, too cliche. So let's do a heavy metal top 13 list. So what I'm going to do today is a top 13 list of albums that I listen to most throughout the course of the year. And of course, they're all metal albums as well, because that's just what I am. That's what I'm made of, I guess. These are not the top 13 albums of 2022, though there are a couple of albums from 2022 on this list. These are just the albums and or bands that I've listened to the most throughout this year. So I'll get right to it, so this video isn't too long, because I'd hopefully want you guys to listen and watch. So coming in at number 13 will be Phil Campbell's band. You might remember Phil Campbell from Motorhead, my favorite band of all time, and his band, Bastard Sons, which he actually does with his kids. The name of the album is We're the Bastards. It came out in 2020. Absolutely love that album. I discovered it this year. Really blew me away. I do think the first half of it is better than the second half, although I love that last track on the album too. But it's really good. Definitely worth the listen to, and it's given me a lot of good times throughout 2022. Coming in at number 12 is an old favorite band of mine. I'm a huge Monster Magnet fan, and it seems for maybe 10 years or so, the Monolithic album was not available on a streaming platform. Finally, this year, they put it out on a streaming platform, so I found myself catching up on lost time as my CDs are all packed away and my albums are all packed away. In the basement, I actually got a chance to catch up on lost time and listen to the Monolithic album by Monster Magnet a lot, so I put that one in, coming in at number 12. Number 11, it seems that Ola Englund just keeps sneaking into my life no matter what I do or what I listen to. And I found myself listening to Feared, the Reborn album, an album back from 2016. Still to this day, a great album. I think Feared and Ola really nailed it on this. Super, super powerful album. Sounds great today. Sounded great in 2016. Truthfully, I think it'll sound great in the next 5-10 years as well. I think that album just kind of has masterpiece written all over it. A new band I discovered this year is a band called Dope Lord, more of a stoner rock band, but a Satan-driven stoner rock band, so that's interesting. Their album from 2020, Signs of the Devil, I just fell in love with that the second I heard it. There's also an EP that I listened to by them a lot. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. That came out in 2021. Really great stuff. I highly recommend checking out Dope Lord, especially their later stuff. They seem to really mature and get better throughout their career, and thankfully they're still together. They're out of Poland. Don't know exactly if they're going to be coming to the United States anytime soon, but I'd love to go see them. Another band that I discovered this year, though they are a relatively new band, love the name of this band, Telekinetic Yeti. Their first album I heard was, it was okay. It was an instrumental album, and, but I liked it. I didn't listen to it that much. This time around in 2022, they released an album called Primordial. This album is just blistering, crazy shit, and great use of pedals and soundscapes as well. Really heavy, really rough around the edges, but sounds really, really great. I highly recommend listening to Telekinetic Yeti. They were a lot of fun to listen to very loudly in my backyard while I was putting up a fence, so I think I bothered some people with that one, but I was okay with it. Coming in at number 8 would be Lamb of God, and I put 2 albums of Lamb of God back to back with one another. Omens, which came out this year, and their self-titled album from 2020. Listened to that a lot this year, so they came in at number 8. I didn't say that Telekinetic Yeti came in at number 9, so they came in at number 9. Lamb of God came in at number 8. Number 7 would be Gojira, and that would be the Fortitude album from 2021. Just a great album. I've been listening to it for a while. Can't seem to stop listening to it, so it still popped in at number 7 on my list. Number 6 the band Unleashed. I discovered this album this year because I read this book, Blood, Fire, and Death. I highly recommend reading this book. I might actually do a books that I read this year as well, since the majority of the books that I read dealt with hard rock, heavy metal, and all that other good stuff. But Blood, Fire, and Death, a really fantastic book. I'd highly recommend checking that out. From reading that book, I discovered the band Unleashed, listened to a lot of their stuff. It's pretty damn good, but the Midvinterblot album, I think, is their absolute best, and it's just incredible, powerful, checks all the boxes, and it's just awesome. I love it. Maybe you guys too do as well. So that album came out in 2006. I'm listening to it in 2022 and loving every piece of it. Coming in at number 5, Sons of Apollo Live. That album's out from 2019. I've been listening to that album steady since it came out. I'm a big Sons of Apollo fan. I find them also very influential and inspiring for my own playing as well. So that album always happens to make it on any playlist for me or rotations for me. Coming in at number 4, Children of Bodom, Hexed album from 2019. I love that album. Rest in peace, dude. I love you. Love that album. It was great work of art. Coming in at number 3, a band I discovered this year called Forming the Void. My Tidal app actually told me to go listen to it. I did. I listened to a bunch of their stuff. Again, I highly recommend you check them out. They got a lot better over their last 3 albums. However, this album Relic, which came out in 2017, it just blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. Again, more in the stoner rock vibe, but it extends that so far. It's just an amazing album. And a matter of fact, the Relic title of that album is where I kind of stole my name from my call it solo self-music stuff that I do and post on YouTube under the name of Relic 64. Pretty much a tribute to Forming the Void and this album. Coming in at number 2, a band that I've been loving since the late 80s, the Wild Hearts. They released a live album in 2020 called 30 Year Itch. It's powerful, heavy guitar driven, a lot of fun, really good. I also really like that album because they put a bunch of B-sides of things on that they perform live as well. So stuff that you really don't get to hear from them, as well as all the things that you do get to hear from them, old and newer. And coming in at number 1, Rotting Christ. I love that name, so I'm just going to say it again. Rotting Christ. My wife turned me on to that band, and she's not even a big death metal, heavy metal person anymore, but deep down inside she is. She turned me on to this, and I was just blown away by them. Absolutely blown away. The album that really stuck with me and stuck in my head from 2016 is the album called Rituals. So I put that in at number 1. Not only do I love driving to that album, I love working out to that album as well. Just amazing. I had to put that in as number 1 as a favorite and something that I've listened to the most throughout the year. So that's it. Recapping my top 13. 13, Bastard Sons. 12, Monster Magnet. 11, Feared. 10, Dope Lord. 9, Telekinetic Yeti. 8, Lamb of God. 7, Gojira. 6, Unleashed. 5, Sons of Apollo. 4, Children of Bodom. 3, Forming the Void. 2, The Wild Hearts. And 1, Rotting Christ. Yes, 1 Rotting Christ. That sounds interesting. So, with all that said and done, I hope you enjoyed this list. Please feel free to comment. Say you like the stuff. Say you hate it. Say you hate me. I'm okay with all of it. But comments are fun. And if you like what you've been hearing musically or verbally, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm not doing this for money. I just kind of do it for hobby and fun. So it's nice to share the love that way. Of course, equally as important, thank you for tuning in. If you've subscribed already, thank you so much for being a member. And it is that time of the year, so I want to say happy holidays to you all. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Diwali, Happy New Year, all the holidays that you may celebrate throughout this time. May they be fantastic for you. Take care, stay well, stay safe, stay metal, keep rocking. Bye now.